See, Red Nation. That's how you have a day, boys. Did we have a day? Are we having a day right now? That's how you have a day. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. As always, man, let's get in here. Let's get right into this. Like the video, subscribe to the page, because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We're the only Chicago sports show that's talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So get in tune with us. Hit that like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff, man. That is how you have a day. You kidding me right now, AK? Are you kidding me right now, AK? First things first. Dang, I look good. No, I'm just playing. But first things first. Are you kidding me right now, AK? Now listen. Now listen. Now listen. There's a lot that still has to be put in order for this all to work. But we were talking about Lauri Markkanen being a possible throw-in in multiple deals that would have secured us either Lonzo Ball or DeMar DeRozan when this thing all got started, right? We're talking about Lauri to the Spurs. We're talking about Lauri to the Pelicans. He's something they can use. He's something they absolutely need. For AK to not lose Lauri, and let me not just say AK. I want to make sure we do this. Hey, let's say Acme. For Acme to not lose Lauri in a Lonzo deal, for Acme to not lose Lauri in a DeMar deal, and then to turn Lauri Markkanen into a nice player in Derrick Jones Jr. I'm not overly crazy. Like, oh my God, he finna come in now. He gonna go up and get that thing from Lonzo. He's gonna go up and get that thing. He's gonna be an excellent defender for the Bulls. But to turn him into a first-round pick, protected, granted, now we all need to be Portland fans for the next 8 years. But to turn him into a first-round pick, and then the second-round pick, you know, it is what it is. You can buy second-round picks. That's how you have a day. That is, we went from the worst front office in basketball, not even arguably, the worst front office in basketball, to now the front office that was always being fleeced, to now the guys that are fleecing, to now the guys that are the ones that are coming in and not just giving away second round picks for nothing, but getting them back. The way this whole thing breaks down, and listen, y'all, as y'all can see, I'm in between meetings. I was running, but I had to get on live here to join y'all, man. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and tuning in. This is the big thing about what I'm seeing with what AK has done, with what Mark Eversley has done. One, you get yourself under the cap. You still allow a lot of flexibility in money coming up this season. So you still leave yourself, if you do get to the trade deadline and there needs to be a move made, you still leave yourself some room to do that. You're under the luxury tax as well. You get back draft capital that you've given up to win now. And shout out to Sonny for the super chat, man. Coming through big on a payday Friday. Coming through big. Sup, bro? I'm stoked we got DJJ in the draft compensation for Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen, bro. That's a good joke. I'm glad I put that up. AK and Mark Eversley have turned the Chicago Bulls in a season and a half into not the laughingstock of the NBA when they were under the clown Jim Boylan and Gar Forman and John Paxson, but into not only one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, but if a few things shake the right way, which we know an NBA season can, a team that will be competing for something this season. That's big. That's big. And you've still got a ton of room left under that hard cap. Absolutely. This is a team now that can go out, not only compete for something, but also can add to what they're trying to compete with. Now, there's a lot of people that are kind of upset to see Lauri Markkanen go. Larry still had a pretty good following around here, and this comment, Steve-O, right here, this is kind of what I've been seeing a lot of. I still think if Jim was never here, Larry could have been better. He completely changed his game. That's absolutely true. But at a certain point, it's on the player to take that next step. And Lauri Markkanen, whether it was health reasons, no matter what it was, he wasn't able to take that next step. Now, listen, I wish Lauri nothing but the best, but you got to look at the Lauri situation and laugh a little bit. Because Lauri was the one player last season that I think we all kind of got on here and we were like, listen, it really looks like he's not trying out there. It really looks like he's just giving up. He was the one player I looked at last season. I was like, he's not showing any heart. He really looks like he's just giving up. We got 98 in here, 28 likes. Let's get them likes up. Appreciate it. Apparently, I got to pay the light bill, too. One day we'll get this light thing figured out. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the rebuilding studio. But here's the thing. When I'm looking at the player himself, you got to take that step. That's on you. And you were the one guy that we saw that really, and this is a big salute. Shout out to Jeffrey, too, for that. Got to put that comment up. JJ Polk really doing a great job navigating this cap. This is the big thing about what the Bulls are now. You've got to continue what you're doing. It doesn't start here. Now the players got to play. Now the players got to get themselves better. Now the players got to get themselves in a position where all of this hype is worth it. Right? Now we're at that point. And here's the big thing to me. If you are successful, if Zach LaVine takes the step that I believe he's going to take with a number one point guard now, over 100 in the chat, that I believe that he's going to take with someone else who can put up 20 consistently, with two other guys who can put up 20 consistently, with a top 5 center in the NBA. What have we seen consistently in this league? What have we seen consistently in this league? Somebody's going to look at this team and say, well, I like what they're doing over there. Now you're a free agency destination. AK has turned the Chicago Bulls back into a free agency destination. How long has it been since we've said that? When is the last time the Bulls were a free agent destination? I'm not talking about your Carlos Boozers. I'm talking about real players coming here wanting to make real moves, and I love the doubters. I love all the doubters out there that are looking at this and just saying, oh, the Bulls are making nice moves to be what, a 4 seed, a 5 seed? Hey, Nick Friedel's got some personal beef with the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Nick Friedel gets on there every week and pretty much tries to down the Bulls as much as possible. That's cool, though. When they want some real knowledge on the Chicago Bulls, they know where to find me. They know where to find me when they want some real knowledge on the Chicago Bulls. But as I break this team down right now, as I break down the moves that AK has made and the ability now for the Bulls to do what they want to do, AK has done something that Gar Forman and John Paxson were never able to do, and that is give Chicago a team that it is 100% on the players. Right? It's 100% on the players now. The thing that AK and Mark Eversley have really been able to do is that now it's 100% on the players. And like I was saying, you wanted to see Lauri work out, right? You wanted to see Lauri work out because you drafted him. He was a high pick. You wanted to see those high picks work out for the Bulls. You just do. Dog, this light is killing me. I'm about to just turn on the regular light. You want to see these high picks work out for the Bulls, right? But the thing that you like in this entire situation is that AK didn't panic at any point. Because where were we? You got to get rid of Lauri. You got to get Lauri out of Chicago. You got to move him on. We have to hurry up and get him out of here. AK didn't panic. There was no panic. He didn't take the first deal that came his way. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. And not only that, but he got back a player in this 3-team trade with Portland, with Cleveland, and the Bulls that is going to be able to contribute to the Chicago Bulls this season right away. And not only that, he got a player that's going to be able to contribute defensively somewhere that the Bulls struggled last season. We've got a GM, by the way, that went into the offseason and said, hey, guess what? I noticed that this team's defense struggles on the perimeter around the paint. That's something we need to address, not only in free agency, but hey, let's go get Ayo Dosunmu, who was a very, very good defender in college. By the way, he can also run the point off of the bench for you if you need be, because we think Kobe White might need to be a 2. We haven't had a GM play chess like this in a while. And doggone it, he's on the King's Gambit, ain't he? That's a chess move, right? I don't even know. I you know what I'm saying? I threw it out there. It sounded good. I think that this is your team. I think that this is the team that the Bulls are going to go to war with. I think that this is the team that the Bulls are going to go to war with this season. I think that you got your bench somewhat solidified. You know what I'm saying? I think that you've got pretty much what you went out asking for. Like Kid said, he pretty much went out and got everything we asked for. Listen, y'all know, and we're going to be in here live all throughout the season. Y'all know what we were asking for last season. We need better defense on the perimeter. We need better defense around the paint. We need somebody who's going to be a body down low. He goes and gets Vooch. He goes and gets Derrick Jones Jr. He goes and gets Lonzo Ball. He goes and gets DeMar DeRozan. Now, is DeMar's defense going to be something to write home about? No, but guess what? You still got to score some points, too. There were so many times last season where these boys didn't have a second 20-point-a-game shooter. Let's go get DeMar. And I'm going to tell you right now, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine are going to work so well together. And in the beginning, I was very on the fence about it, right? Because I was like, they both spend a lot of time around the paint. Here's how that breaks down. Lonzo Ball, first off, has the keys. He's got the keys. In the second place, DeMar wants to get to his spots. And for everybody who comes on here and says, well, DeMar can't shoot free throws. DeMar's not going to be a good free throw shooter. He's not going to be. DeMar doesn't shoot. You can't be bad at something you don't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say Shaq is a bad free throw shooter. Or I'm sorry, not free throw. He is a bad free throw shooter. Is a bad 3-point shooter because he don't shoot threes. It doesn't come up in the conversation. Only with DeMar DeRozan do we bring up the 3-point conversation. But you know what DeMar is? DeMar's consistent from his spots. DeMar's going to get to the free throw line. And by the way, Zach LaVine averaging about 8 3-pointers a game last season. You think that doesn't tick up to 10 with Lonzo Ball on there, finding him some wide open threes? At 41% clip, you don't think that goes up the next time? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. AK's done a masterful job building this team and allowing the players to be the reason that they fail. This team right here allows the players to be the reason that they fail. Because with the Bulls, what was it always? Man, if we just had If we just had a shooting guard. If we had somebody else that could consistently shoot. With the Derrick Rose Bulls, it was always, man, if we just had this, if we had this guy, but where would we go? We go get pennies on the dollar. Even with Derrick Rose here, it wasn't a big enough draw. Who we get? Keith Bogans. Rip Hamilton. Even with Derrick Rose here, the front office was such a joke, it still wasn't a big enough draw. That's not the case anymore. That's not the case anymore. I love it. I love it. That's how you have a day. We have y'all see me just looking off like I'm in amazement. We have a capable front office for once. We have guys that have turned Chicago back into the city that it's always been. We're a big market team. We got money to spend. And this light is not going to let me be great. That's all right. I'm going to be great anyway. And it's not just in AK we trust, it's in Acme we trust, T, but I see you. AK is allowing the players to be the reason that this team has success. Now it's on Billy Donovan. Now it's on Zach LaVine. Now it's on Nikola Vucevic. That they have committed to winning right now. They have committed to winning right now. And guess what? By the way, a lot of these guys are going to be here a while. Lonzo Ball, 23. 23 or 22. Derrick Jones Jr., very young. Patrick Williams, 20. Kobe White, 21, 22. Zach LaVine, 26. They're going to be here a while. So they're not just built for right now, they're also built for the future. This is how real organizations do it, Chicago. This is how a real organization builds a team. This is how the Spurs built their teams. You go out and get your guys for now, but you also find your guys that can contribute now and be something in the future. Now it's on the players. Now it's on us to see what the players are going to do. I didn't want to stay in here too long, man. I'm in between meetings right now. Got another meeting that I got to hop on to in a little bit, so I'm going to grab some grub and all that. We will be live with the team later. I believe it's going to be me, Kid, and Ringo. I don't know if AD is going to pull up on us. I'll let y'all know. But, man, if y'all haven't done so, man, like the video. If y'all want to keep talking with me, get at me on Twitter. We've been busting on Twitter. The Twitter is going up, at Pat the Designer. Throw that up there, too. Follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff, man. A lot of conversation being had over there. And we're going to go live later on today, pretty much breaking down what this front office has done, breaking down the future of the Chicago Bulls, and then breaking down, kind of giving our grade on it, giving our thoughts on it. So y'all get in tune with us for that. Probably around 6 o'clock-ish. I'll update y'all on that throughout the day. But I appreciate y'all for showing the love, man. And we got some big news coming y'all way sooner than later. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer. Back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. See Red Nation. Stand up. Stand up, See Red Nation. The Bulls are back, baby. Chicago back. We done had a day, boys. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Like the video if you ain't done so. I'm hyped right now.